Welcome to another video. If you're new here, I'm your girl Barbie, and I'm so happy that you came and clicked play on this new story time. Let's get into it. The story time of the night is called She Punched Me in My Face. Do you hear me? The girl punched me. Okay, this is a story time about when I worked at Brookdale. If you're not sure what Brookdale is, it's a home where, you take care of older people. You clean, wash them, feed them, make sure they have everything they need to help them live comfortably. You're taking care of somebody, basically. Okay, and at the time you have like 15 clients that you rotated out daily. And altogether, I think they had 30 clients, and you were responsible for 15 clients at a time. But this is about a particular client. We're not going to call her by name, so we got to give her a new name. What we going to get this client? Because that was my girl, you hear me? We can't go too close because I will mess up. Let's call her Rose, okay? Her name starts with an N, but we're going to say Rose because, baby, if I get too close, I'm going to be done saying it, okay? So Miss Rose was tall, y'all. If I'm 5'3", Miss Rose had to be about a 5'7". And somebody will say that's not tall, but honey, she was tall and skinny. She looked like a walking pole. She was so small. Her arms were so long and skinny. She looked like a walking giraffe. Everything on her was like long. Her torso was long. Everything was long. But Miss... Lord, this is gonna be hard not to say her name. Miss Rose loved to be pretty. She was elegant. She was a classy lady, okay? But at the same time, she had dementia, so she would forget a lot of things, okay? And it was our job to take care of them. She was one of the more difficult clients because she also was suffering from schizophrenia. So, a lot of days she was okay. Our job was to go in, shake each client, give them ready to eat. So when I came in, I worked in the very morning time. So my job is to get all my clients up. I had 15 clients, and we had to get them to the cafeteria. So you get one by one dress. You go in one room, you dress them, you get them up, you get them ready, you seat them in the room. Some of them can walk, and you can walk them to the cafeteria. Some of them can't walk, so you have to wheel them to the cafeteria. But the goal is to get everybody dressing up and get them to the cafeteria, okay? And you did one by one, one by one, one by one. And you'll go. And so she was like my sixth one to get ready, because they were I went into the order of how they lived, because each of them had their own room. But sometimes, depending on how they were, if they were fussy, we're gonna come back to them and go get somebody else that is not gonna give you a harder time. Okay, so you brush your teeth, you wash their face, you help them with things. Some of them were more independent, so they could do it themselves. Some of them couldn't. You had to do everything. And they were going to fuss because some of them don't like their water because it's too cold and everything. You had to be creative in how to help them, okay? And sometimes it was no problem at all. They were ready to get up. They was like, hey, baby, I'm waiting for you. Some of them get out. They scared. You got to keep reminding, because they don't know who you are. Their brains does not download that you was here yesterday, or you help them. They don't even know where they at sometimes. So you got to keep reminding them, hey, I'm Miss Barbie. I'm here to help you. You safe. We're getting dressed for breakfast. If you start seeing that fake, go, hi, my name is Miss Barbie. I'm here to help you. We're about to get dressed. I'm not getting dressed with you. I don't like women. So you had to change what you said. Hi, my name is Miss Barbie. I'm going to help you get dressed. I don't need no help. I'm independent. Okay, that's great. But I'm just here to make sure you're okay. I don't need you to get out my room. Like, it will be all types of stuff. Just depending on the day, the morning, how the wind blew. You don't know what you was going to. But you had to come in there. It was like you had to turn a battery in your back. You had to turn it like, hello, we're activating. Can do it all. Superwoman. We're activating. Let's get these clients right. Because some of them clients was like, woo, 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 woo. They were crazy. Like, woo, okay. So I went into her room, and then she was okay. If you come in there, she was always talking to herself. But she was like, hi. And I was like, hey, how you doing? But if she turned her head and started talking to the others, is what I used to call them, baby, you can have a tough day. So this particular day, I came in there. She loved colorful outfits. She was my type of girl, because I like the colorful. More colorful is, let's go. Let's wear it. Let's put it on, okay? Let's put that on. So this particular day, she was like, I want to wear my pink dress. I want to wear my pink dress. And she had already wore her pink dress the other day. So dirty, had like put it and everything on. We couldn't wear the pink dress. So I said, oh, wow, look at what I found. And that's, look, most of the time, if you just hit it with some extra salt, they be like, okay, let's do that. I'm like, look at this dress. It's fantastic. Got a little pink, a little purple, a little pizzazz. Let's do it. And I was so extra with it because that would distract her, I feel like, from the voices. And I knew that some days you had to be extra, some days you had to be dull. It just depended on, and I knew that they had her attention. So I was like, hey, y'all, because I'm not acknowledge everybody. Hey, y'all. And it was like, hey, and she'll do all that. And I was like, oh, look at this dress. It is just wonderful. Let's do this. And then she'll have a conference where her people will say, do you want to wear this? Do you think we'll look good? And do you? And she would just be going on. And then want to say, no, I don't like it. Yes, I like it. Oh, let's put it on. I like it. And I just be like, Jesus, when she finish our conference call, so we can go ahead and put the dress on, because she gonna put it on regardless. I don't care about what they see. But I'm gonna do it in a graceful way, because I love my clients, okay? I was not one of the ones that just got paid. Now, y'all, literally, I would volunteer and do that work for free at least one time out of the week, because that's how much I love them clients, because I knew they had to be taken care of. Like, some families did not come see these clients but once a year, and those were holidays. You were that family, and her family was not there. Her family came to visit her maybe 4 or 5 times out of the week, not the week, but the year. But they were concerned about her. They just live far. So basically, she had a conference call, and then they all decided that yes, they want to wear the dress. It's gonna be lovely. So you have to get her out of bed. So I walked her. She couldn't walk very well, but she could walk. If you hold her hand, walk. We get her, and we get them dressed. Depending on who they are, I would get them dressed on the toilet stool, because you can sit in there. They use the bathroom, and then while you're there, they're sitting on the toilet stool. You get them dressed. You basically take their shirts off, but you got to talk to them the whole time. You take the shirts off, take stuff. The sink is right there, so you're washing them, washing their body down, and get them dressed, making sure they smell good. And I was extra with it. I would have me a little song ready. I would, whatever they genre or however, you had to figure out what their age was. And I would learn music so I could sing it to see what kind of reaction they had them. And I was singing, here I come, baby, sign still deliver, I'm yours. Let's get this washing. I'm going to throw my little remix in it. Let's get this washing. And she looking at me like, I don't know that version. But she grooving with me. She's grooving with me. So I'm thinking like, I don't hear her talking to the voices. So as long as I got her not talking to the people, I'm good. And so I'm washing the whole body down, brush the teeth, wash the face, got her smelling good, everything going good. We put her clothes on, boom. Okay, I said, now they're waiting for you, because she used to like that. She liked it for somebody to be waiting on her. I said, they're waiting for you in the cafeteria. They can't eat until the queen has arrived. Like they used to get her every time. And she was like, they're waiting for me. They are. Now let's go on down now. Come on, because they waiting for you. She's like, oh, okay, well, I need my little coat before we go, because it might be chilly. And honey be getting me right, I'll be forgetting something. Go get a coat. Oh, I don't want to wear that. Get the white one. Get the white one. So I go get the white one. She had a whole bunch of white ones, all different colors, and they were all cute. I ain't gonna lie, she had a little swag on. So get the little white one, put the coat on. She was like, my dear, can you please help me to learn? As long as she wasn't talking to the voices, everything was good. So I noticed she stopped talking to voices. We walk over down. I get her down to the cafeteria, seat her, and stuff. I said, your food will be served in a minute. And I was extra with it, because it depends on what the client, whatever made that client giggle, smile, laugh, comfortable, baby, I'm doing it. I don't care who I got to be. I'm going to do it because I want them to have a good quality of life. Y'all gave them to us. That's our responsibility. If she don't laugh no more today, she finna laugh at me. She said, oh, dog, you don't have to do all that. I said, but you're just a queen like that. And we were extra. I was extra. Oh. And that's how she was, oh. And I was like, yes. I'll be right back, Your Highness. And I'll walk off all dramatically. And I hear, I don't know what was it, but baby, she's like, yeah, there's so many people here today. And I was like, I know, darling, I'll be back. And I leave. go into another character for somebody else. It got to be a country singer for somebody else. Every room was something different. But baby, I was one of those workers, okay? And so I go and get all the rest of my people because she was number 6. So I had to go get the rest of them. By the time we finish, by the time you get your last person to the table, it's time to go in the kitchen and serve them, bring in their plates. Now, everybody can eat for the most part. They eat what they want out the plate. And then there was a person, two people that you actually had to feed, okay? And so I used to always like to feed this one client because she just know, and she sat at the same table as, I like to say her name, as Miss Rose. And so she was like, you just look exquisite today, darling. And I just remember her just giving me so many compliments today. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I better watch her because today when I put her up, it's going to be something. I already know what's going on. And so what ended up happening was my shift was coming to the end and they asked, we need 2 people to stay over. Or can we get somebody to stay, for a little while? You ain't got to stay the whole time. And to work a double, that's a long schedule because you already tired by the time it comes. So they said they didn't have nobody else. So I agreed because I always be like, no, I can't do it. But this particular day, I didn't have any other plans. So I told them I could work to about 7 o'clock. And then I got to go. Really? I could have did the whole double. I just didn't want to do it. And so they was like, okay, that's great. Cool. 7 o'clock, you can go. Just clean up wherever you start, get a good start, stopping point, and you can go. And then somebody else will take over your spot. So they knew that they had to find somebody to come take my spot at 7. So that gave them plenty of time. I got off my original schedule. I got off at 2 p.m. And so they had from 2 to 7 to find somebody. They're going to find somebody. Somebody going to come watch it. From 7 to 10. Somebody going to watch it. Somebody going to come work there. And then that particular night, it had turned night, And so we had got everybody from the what's the name before like my shift is over. We have to get them all back to their room or put them in the hall where they sit at the chair, where they sit in the different chairs if they want to be out. Some of them go watch TV in the little room. Some people, it was something they would wherever they wanted to go. If they could verbally tell you where they want to go, you take them there. And then if they didn't, sometimes you'd be like, do you want to go back to your room? No. If they didn't want to go back to the room, we put them in the hallway so they could socialize with one another. And so after that happened or whatever, we got everybody out the cafeteria. We had to clean up. We put all the dishes in this, in the kitchen. We clean up, we mop and sweep, whatever, wipe down the tables, woo, woo, woo. Then it's time to make sure everybody's diaper is changed, that it has to wear a diaper. We make sure everybody's fresh, clean, whatever they need. And then before, it's time for us to go. 2 o'clock is here. We basically sitting out there with the clients. And then we had to write a note on everybody, what some of the things that we observed today. Was this a good day? Like, as far as not like if it's a good or bad day, or like if there was something that was alarming that the next shift should know. Like she was irritated a lot today, or we noticed a red rash on her left shoulder, or stuff like that. Different things that you had to note. So boom, my shift was over, but we started a new shift. So when the new shift come on, I rotated, but I end up having that side again. I'm supposed to have the other side because not supposed to work with the same 15 again because it confuses them. They know that it's in their head a new shift started, so that's how they remember stuff. But either way, I ended up with the same side. And so it was time to get them ready again to come back out for a snack. Dinner. It was time for them to come back out for dinner at this particular time because they had already had snack. We had already brought them snacks, so it was time for dinner. So I set up the cafeteria, the area where they eat it and stuff like that. And then I started getting them dressed again. And so some of them remember and some of them didn't. And some of you going around, you still here? You still here? It's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. And that will always make me happy when they remember. Because I'm like, oh, they remember. And sometimes they will remember, sometimes they will forget. But, it would make me always happy when I enter a room. They're like, oh my God, how long are you going to work? Go home to your family. You've been here all day. You've been on your feet all day. They was so concerned about your well-being. And I loved it, y'all. So I'm concerned about them. No, they're more concerned about me. They would tell me, sit down right there. You ain't got to work. And sometimes I would go in the client. It'd be some client, they want you to just sit down and watch TV with them. They ask me what you want to, do you need anything? I want you to watch this episode with me. And they want you to sit down. That's real. And what you supposed to do? Tell them, no. I sit there and make myself comfortable. And when they go to sleep, get up and walk out the room and go check on another client. And so that's what I did. And I would walk around and check on all my clients because I didn't want nobody to fall or nothing like that. You did not want that. So we would just make sure they were straight. I'm checking on them. We were supposed to check on them every, I don't know, I can't remember. But I think we're supposed to check on them every 15 minutes. I was checking on them every 10. I know I kept coming in the room. Need anything? You good? You good? I would just check on it. Look, you under my watch. I'm finna keep my eye on it. What's going on? You need good? You need a hug? You good? You want to turn the TV for you? Pillows comfortable? You good? Okay. And don't let one of them be sick. I really wasn't in there. I wouldn't hardly leave because I wanted them to feel love because I just felt like some of them, their family just put them in there and said, that's y'all, you know? And I'm thinking like, that's not fair to them. And some of them, they would really just walk around and want to be like, I want to go home. I want to go home. And that was sad to see. So what we going to do? Come on. Well, before you go home, can we play this game? And just try to get their mind off. And then before you know it, they good. But this particular day was the double shift. And that's why I should have took your, look, when you, listen, I feel like if I was at home, this would never happen. So, baby, I ain't go home. I was trying to do a good deed, baby. And it blew up in my face, literally. So, what particular, you know, this was the nighttime. It was time to get them ready for dinner. I had got everybody ready. I started noticing that she was sitting outside her room that day talking to people when she was going in a tangent. She was like, we don't want to be here. I know we don't want to be here. We don't. I gotta find my room. So I help her to her room. She get in her bed. I turn her TV on, and you know, she's like, can you turn it down? We don't like it that loud. Can you turn it to the country channel? We don't want to watch the country channel. And she's just going off, and just her people was going against each other. I said, well, what do you want to watch? I don't know what we want to watch. What do we want to watch? And then she'll tell me what she want. Turn it to the such and such channel. Okay. So I turn it, and I was like, I'll be back to check on you. Okay. And she's just going off. So I'm like, yep, we're gonna do her last because she's tripping. And so I get everybody ready, get them all to the kitchen, you know, well, not the kitchen, but the you know, the area where they eat or whatever. Got everybody sit down in the cafeteria. I said, Lord mercy, we're gonna have a mess on our hands. So there was always a person that was over the floor. So we had a new person come rotate in, and you know, we basically, if you have any problems with any clients, you know, whether they slip, fall, they're having behaviors, stuff like that, and you can't personally handle it, you need a little help, you go get that person to help you, okay? Because they are charged over the whole floor and the clients. And sometimes you just can't do everything. Baby, I was superwoman, but sometimes I just, hey, and Rose was one of them people, you might go have to go get somebody because she be tripping sometimes. We love her, but she was tripping. And y'all, probably so, as people say, soaking wet. She was so tall and bony, y'all. Like, ate every day, ate good every day when she would eat. She was so bony, soaking wet. She probably was 95 pounds, y'all. And she just was so bony. And so, but honey, that don't mean nothing. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So this particular night, after I got everybody ready, everybody sitting down, the food is about to be served, I noticed I didn't go get Rose. Let me go get Rose. So Rose was already dressed. The only thing I had to do was change her. So when I went in there, I already knew she had an accident because the room just smelled like death. So I'm like, okay, gotta get a change. So I said, come on, let's go to the bathroom. We got to go to a social. You know, she used to love to say, you could tell we going to the beauty salon. She really liked that. But I didn't like to tell her that unless she was really going. Some people use that, and because they felt like, okay, that's the only way to get her out of the room. I think it was unfair when she figured out she's not going. So I didn't do that. So that's what everybody, I saw, we're going to the beauty salon, then you get there and she's in the cafeteria. She's like, did you forget to drop us off? Because why are we here? But I would use it. It had to be the last option. So she was like, we don't want to go to dinner tonight. We're fine. We don't want to go. Do we want to go? We don't want to go. 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 If I were to count all her personalities, I think she had about 6 or 7. Because that's what I counted every time she would talk. And so the personalities had decided that they did not want to eat that night. And so I told the menu, you know, they got some spaghetti. They're going to have chocolate cake. Chocolate cake was a big thing there. They got chocolate cake. They're going to have banana pudding, and I knew she liked the banana pudding, and lemonade was her favorite. So I said, they got fresh squeezed lemonade. And see, she looked at me, the personality shut up then. Lemonade, okay? She said, okay, I'll go. I just want to wear my pink dress. Remember, she asked for that pink dress, right? That pink dress was still in the dirty held up. Wash days were Tuesdays and Thursdays, y'all. It was not those days, okay? It was not those days. I think this was a third. I don't remember, y'all. It was a Thursday. It was not Thursday, I don't think. I think it was a Friday this happened. I want to say this was the Friday that this happened. It got to be Friday because I was off the next 3 days. Whatever day this was, it was not a wash day. And so I was like, well, we got to wash the pink dress. It's dirty. Well, go wash it now and bring it back from the dryer. And when you bring it back from the dryer, we'll go to dinner. And I'm like, well, I found another pink dress. And then the person, let's see it. And I'm like, okay. So I bring out the dress. Yes, we will wear it. We will wear it. I don't like it. I said, oh Lord. I'm like, wait a minute. We was on board. Everybody was together. Who is this person? And anytime you would hear that, it was like this personality was very dark. It was the mean version of her. And I said, oh, and you didn't hear it a lot, but when you heard it, you knew it was gonna be some bull ass, okay? It was gonna be the top of the line because she was known for hitting people. And that was in her file that she would hit you, and to be very careful because she was very strong. She packed a powerful punch, okay? Hence the title. She punched me in my face, okay? Soak it in. Okay, so at the time she's on the bed, I turned the TV off. I said, hey, we got to get dressed. They're waiting for us, okay? She said, okay, if we must. So we go to the bathroom. And so when I put her on the toilet stool, she has a terrible diaper on, y'all. That diaper was, woo! She let everything go. Breakfast and lunch was in that diaper. And I was like, good God, okay? So we had this method where we used to take body oil or something right there and put it on your wrist. And this old lady that trained me told you put it right there. You smell it. Oh, my wrist smell good today. Okay, little smell. Anyway, okay, come through. Smelling real good. Okay, eat me. Anyway, so that smell good. I can't get over that. But anyway, you smell your wrist, so I had to keep to get the. Okay, let's get it. So I'm taking her pamper off because she had like the pampers you pull up. I'm pulling it down. I'm getting everything. So once I go to bend down, I take this thing. Get off of me. Take your hands off of me. I don't wish to be touched. I said, oh Lord. So I knew you better duck because it's going to come with that. Because once you don't listen to her, that's when she used to hit. So I said, oh, hold for a minute. Let me get this. And so she was so confused when I showed her the diaper. I'm trying to take it off. I'm like, let me get this off and get you some new undies. This is not mine. This is not mine. This is not mine. This is not mine. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, let me take this away anyway. So I take it, put in a bag, tied up. It was a disaster. Okay. Take the trash out of here now. I don't want. She's sitting there. She half dressed. Because I used to work my way down. I get the top ready, get a hairbrush, everything good. Then we just got the bottom part to do. Look. By this time, while she fussing and doing all this stuff, I done washed her and everything, and you could do a lot. Y'all, you stand them up right quick while they talking and fussing. I would wash them down. I had my soap ladder. Get it on in there, baby. When I say I will wash them, fuss all you want, baby, that cucanata was going to be washed, baby. It's going to have a sparkle to it when I'm done, okay? Wash it between the cracks, and she was just a fussing, woo, 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 and her personality, and I knew I was on a ticking. I knew I was on a ticking timeline, and it was not going to be long before she went to swinging. But before she went to swinging, I wanted her to be fully dressed so she can swing, but I'm going to sit on that toilet stool, and she going to swing at the air, and I'm going to go about my business. Ain't going to leave her up there, but I'm going to stand at the door while she finished doing her whatever, and then I'm like, okay, you cool? Let's go. But that's usually what would happen, because she would swing, baby. So at this particular time, she had to swing yet. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to finish getting you dressed. You will not get your hands off of me. And all she had to do, because y'all, we had on the dress, so all she had to do, I had her shoe, I done put her sandals, everything is on. The only thing I do is got to put this new diaper on, pull up, whatever you want, adult pamper on. That's all I had to do. So I get one leg in one. She swung. Now imagine this person, you know, Miss Rose, is on the toilet seat. You're bent down in a vulnerable spot. Your head is down, and she swing at you. It go across. She don't connect, but it's this close. So you move in time, right? She hit the floor. Boom! She hit, not her falling off torso, but she's swinging so far her wrist hit the floor. She say, "Ow! You hurt me! You hurt me!" I said, you did it, okay? And I said, you know, because this ain't gonna sound good for somebody passing by. Somebody gonna think I'm in the hurt now. So I'm like, no, you did it. You swung at me, and I moved out the way. You hit the floor. Anytime I work where I talk loudly, not screaming at her, but loudly. So if somebody walk by, they can hear, because if you cleaning her or doing something like that, she'll say weird stuff sometimes. And I don't want them people to think I'm hurting nobody, because I'm not. Baby, won't in the business, or I'll just walk away before I hurt somebody. Suppose you go, come on now. So I'm like, please don't swing at me. Please don't swing at me. So the deep voice of her personality came out again. Unleash the beast. I said, what now? Oh, I ain't never heard that before. Next thing I know, before I looked up and was like, don't unleash. She punched me in the face, y'all. She gave me everything. Y'all, my jaw said, doo, 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 doo. She punched me so hard. It hurt me so, it hurt my soul for one. Cause I'm like, I'm taking care of you. I'm loving on you. I'm singing to you. I just changed this nasty diaper that nobody on earth would sign up to change. And you violate me like this. I'm talking about, she punched me so freaking hard. After I did the little circle of motion and stuff, I held my cheek and slid back. And sat there and rocked. Cause it hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad. That little woman hit me so hard, I thought my chin was broke. She hit me so hard. And I was sad, mad, and disgusted, and wanted to hit back all at the same time. But I realized this is a client. And I think that God allowed me to slide back so I could look at her and see how frail she is. Even though she was frail, that jaw was raw, baby. And she said, the personality said, I'm gonna say it's the personality with her, but personality said, get up and fight me like a woman. I said, nope. I had enough. I can't fight you, honey. I can't fight you. I get in big trouble. I said, oh. And so then, as soon as she said that, it came funny to me. I don't know why it became funny. Honey, this woman need help to walk. She need help to do nothing. Do you know she snatched that diaper? Because it went over. She had hit me and the diaper fell off. She took that diaper, put that diaper on. I ain't never seen it. I was like, oh, so you been playing around? Oh, this personality don't need no help. Honey, that personality took over her. She put that diaper on right fast, got up. Honey, all the stuff, washed her own face, did her makeup, put her little lipstick on and said, they need me. Get out of the way. Because I'm at the door still holding my face. Because I'm watching her like, do they know this bitch can do all this? Because what? I watched her put her makeup on, y'all. This mother can't barely hold her hand up to eat. We have an imposter. This bitch is dangerous. What's going on? Miss Rose, what you gonna do next? So then I got up. I ain't gonna sit there locked down like a white woman in a scary movie and just get fucked up. I got up, y'all. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, you know what? I'll be right back to get you. I ran, y'all. I shut the door and ran to get the lady that, I forgot what they called them, but they used to be over the medicine and everything. The med tech. I went and got the med tech because they were the ones that were over the floor. Told her what happened. She was like, oh, yeah, that personality don't have dementia. She said that, it don't have dementia. That's the only personality that don't got dementia. So, yeah, it can walk, talk, and do everything. I said, y'all, this ain't in her paperwork. That once that her voice changed to this one, because it was a deep voice. It didn't sound nothing like her regular voice was like, hi, how you doing? Do woo woo. Yeah. And she had a little raspy on the end of it. Hi. It was kind of like that. Not this voice. That's how, and it had a little, I was like, oh my God. I said, she didn't have to put her makeup on. She's like, oh yeah, she want to fight. No, I said, she didn't hit me in the face. Y'all had a whole red mark on my cheek. She's like, yeah, she didn't hit you. I said, punch the shit out of me. I don't want to go back in there for real. She told me, come on, I'll go in there. Soon as we opened up the door, that boy said, whoosh. I was like, what? Miss Rose, wait a minute. We don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. We can't help you to get something. You want to ride out? We want to get something to eat. What you doing? The thought to open up the door. Whoosh. Whoosh. She was just swinging. We had to go. That's how we would. We trying not to get hit. And she tried to talk to her like, hey, Miss Rose, you can't hit us. You can't hit us. Stop. You're going to hurt us. You're going to hurt us. So she doing that. So I'm copping her. Rose, what's wrong with you, girl? Stop. Girl, stop. I had to go to jail for real. Stop. Because you done hit me one time. I ain't going to let you hit me again. And so she was like, we're going to have to grab her hands because she's going to hurt herself or she can possibly hurt another kind. So we're going to have to just kind of grab her hands. And I said, well, who we going before? Hey, we need to make a plan. This boy got them thoughts on. She was like, we're just going to walk her to the cafeteria. I said, we might need to sit her back on her bed. She was like, she will probably, by the time we get to the cafeteria, get out of, what she's going through. This delusion, she'll probably get out of it by then, but we're gonna have to walk her so she can get out of it. So I'm like, okay, well, you been here longer than me, so I guess we go to grab her hand. She said, hand me, you ugly motherfucking bitches. I said, I don't think we should touch Miss Rose. I don't think we should touch Miss Rose. Miss Rose about that life she buried before. She about that life she want all the smoke, all the no, don't leave nothing. She want all the smoke, don't leave nothing behind. You hear me? Okay. So, at this time, we laughing at each other. Because I'm saying this is nothing, and I'm thinking I'm saying everything. Like, she want all the smoke. I ain't finna be able to do. Did you see my cheek is red? You see I am brown skin. This mother knocked me a different color. You think I'm finna fool her? We can't go back. No. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so she was like, nah, just help me get to the cafeteria. Where she hit? I said, I barely could take the hit. Them old people can't take that hit. That she thumping out. She was like, she'll be all right. Just help me. So we go try to grab her arm again. She swing again. Mid-stroke, she turned it. Like, mid-bit, she turned back. The personality turns off. And she said, how did I get out here? Oh, I like this dress. This is a nice dress. Oh, so pretty. My makeup is fabulous. My makeup is fabulous because we walking and you can see yourself on this little mirror. Oh, did you do this, doll? I didn't do it. You did it. I did it. I said, yeah, you did it. You so did it. She said, I haven't did my makeup in a long time. I said, you look fabulous. And so we switched. Right with her personality, we switched too. Because she don't remember what she did. She don't remember hitting you. She don't remember what. We would just fight for our dear life. She don't remember nothing. She don't switch back to her. So I was like, okay, well, they're having your favorite tonight. They're having chocolate cake and stuff. But I'm really thinking like, yeah, I want to go home now. I'm getting 7 o'clock is out the door. I want to go home. I've been traumatized. Send me home. Send me to the crib. Okay, where they ain't swinging. Okay, I want to go home. Because what? She ain't never tried me on my shift like this. I heard about her trying people. I've been like, it was their fault. But no, okay, so I'm like, we walk her. She still, because I'm still traumatized. I'm like, with her voice switch, we know to get them out the way or whatever. So we get to the table. The voice come back, y'all. Now we set her, she said when she have she go in behavior like this or whatever you call it or whatever, her personality, I don't know what you would call it, psychosis or something. You put her to this table because at this particular table they all had assigned seats, but they put her in the table that it was still with them, but it's only 2 people sit at this big round table, so she'll be on one side and it's closer to like having to exit her out of the one. And then there was another old man that sat at the table, and she said, hi, how you doing? And then she was like, hey, give me my lemonade now. And I was like, going to get it now. Just hold on for a bit. And then, the service here is great. The service here is great. Thank you so much. She just kept changing. I don't know what happened at night. What happened? I think I caused it though. I think that their routine at 2 o'clock, somebody switched, and because I didn't switch, I think I really caused it. Just me coming back again, switch, because they paid attention to the time there. They paid attention a lot. And I think me being there switched her out, because certain things will cause certain things. Just like with an autistic person, not saying she was autistic, they have a certain habits and routines, and if one thing is missing from the routine, they act out. So I think it was my fault. But regardless of the fact, I'm gonna call that personality Mr. Sir, because it was a very deep voice, or demon, whatever you call it. I met him many a times after that. Never got assaulted again, because as soon as that voice turned deep, I said, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I'm going to do somebody else. I'm going to another client room. I'll be right back. And Nova, most of the times I come right back to herself. Normal. She needed a minute. I open up the door. Good morning. Oh, okay. Good morning. I'll be back, Rose. Girl, I'll be right back, because I didn't want no smoke. I did not want to. But eventually she hit the wrong one, and they knocked the fool out of her. Now the person got fired and got escorted out with handcuffs. But I know why she hit her. And honey, she didn't do her like she did me. She hit me one time and it was done. I knew to go get help. I went and relieving her, and I opened up the door. She was giving Miss Rose all she got. All I said, man, you got to be crazy. Put your hands on me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's all. Wait a minute. She punched me in the face. She punched me in the face and pushed me out. And she turned around and looked at me. Her lip and her nose bleeding. It looked like she blacked her eyes. She punched in the nose and her lip was bleeding. She was like, she punched me 5 times. I'm over it. Baby, you can't do that. And so I stopped and I said, you get out. I got her. And so, they pulled me in the office. I just told her, I don't know what happened. All I know is she looked like Mr. Sir had visited her, and he had told her everywhere but loose. And I told him, I said, her lip, everything was dripping. Her eye was bleeding on the side, like it was blood coming here, nose bleeding, mouth was bleeding. She looked like they had been fighting. Stuff would move, hey, I don't know what happened in the room, but I know she was giving it, and I know that we had to take Miss Rose to the hospital. Everything was fine. She just had, her nose was busted. But the family had to be notified about it, and they debated whether or not they were going to take her from the place. And they explained to her that the woman don't work there no more, but they also explained to her that this was the 17th person that she had assaulted violently, and they didn't know that. And so they had to make a decision, whether or not what they're going to do. But they did let the girl go, because, you can't beat the client. The client do something like that, you can't handle her like a girl on the street. You need to learn to walk away. So I think if anything that job taught me is that when somebody do something, just walk away, okay? 9 out of 10, it's better to walk away. Somebody just a fussing, because I would never one of the ones. You get to talking, and you must want to fight about it. You going to fight? Okay, you shut your mouth then. A job taught me how to. You got my face hurt, but you got my pride hurt, but you got my ego is tore all the way to pieces, because you're an old lady, you ain't but 95 pounds. I know I could mollywop you all over across this floor, but you got it, okay? You got it, and I walked away. Never, and I got hit on the job twice. I got spit on once. That pissed me off. I would rather you hit me. I don't want to be hit, but to get spit on by somebody go, yeah. I wanted to put my hands on that. There was a man too that did it too. Get your ass out of here. Sir, you're not. Okay, I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gone. And I had to leave that day, y'all. I had to tell them I can't do this. I'm really that pissed off. I need the rest of the day off. And they let me go home. It all took me a day to cool off. And they never put me with that client again. That client spit on 3 different other people, and they removed the client. The client had to go. But anybody else would have model walked that client. They would have slapped them all across the floor. I didn't do that because I realized they got dementia. I realized that some of them were just mean and hateful. You put them there. I realized some of them were mad. I realized that what they did, you know, it was in his report that he spit, slap, and bite people. And I was new. And I just came in. I told him what my name was. And he didn't care what my name was. He said, that's how he answered. That was his name. And I was like, Lord have mercy. So, yeah. It was a time working with the older people. Your job was to help them, nurture them, make sure they were okay. But some of them thought their job was to mollywop you. It ain't for everybody, so don't get into business you ain't. Don't be hurting people for real. You got to treat them like precious baby because they are okay. They don't know half the time what they're doing. Some of them know what they're doing, though. I don't care what nobody say. And them are the ones that I feel like we should get a pass. We should get a pass. One pass. One pass. Not do too much, but just one pass, one time. Don't you do that. And I used to do that to my client. I never hit my clients, but I used to hit myself. Like, that's not nice. And I would hit my own self. And they'd be like, what is this crazy woman in here hitting herself? I used to do that. Oh, you swung at me? That's not nice. You see how they hurt me? Why would you do that? And I used to always pop myself. That's not nice. Now pop yourself on your head. And some of the clients would do it. I'm like, girl, what you hitting yourself for? And we'll laugh. And then we'll move on and go to the other one. But if you get in a business like that and you know you got an anger issue, or if somebody hits you in your face and you can't walk away, please do not go. They got a hard enough life. They confused half of the time. They don't know where they at. You know, they can't do functions that they normally do. They frustrated about that. They can't just get up and go use the bathroom. So yes, they get angry and they do handle things the wrong way. And then their brain is leaving them. Most of them that I work with, so they really confused. And, you know, I'm not making excuses for them, but they do have an excuse, okay? So yeah, hitting them, model whopping them, it would be fun, but at the end of the day, you're going to feel horrible. If you're okay with smacking an old person, baby, I'll look at you different. I'll look at you different. Come on now. Find you something else to do. If you know, if you're going to have any position where you take care of people and then if something happens, you're going to abuse them, ain't they been through enough? Find you something else to do. Anyway, that is the story of the night. I hope that y'all enjoy the story. Be careful if you're going to work with the older people. Just know they still got hands no matter what state they in, okay? If you hear some wind coming, duck, ask questions later. Y'all stay safe and blessed out there. Anyway, love you so much for clicking play. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, hit that like. Look, I'm trying to do my like. Go ahead, hit that like button, honey, and go ahead, drop me some hearts in the comments. Love you so much for clicking play. Stay tuned for more story time, dropping videos daily. If you haven't already, go and check out my online store, Diva Supply. Go and shop with the girl. Go ahead and follow all my socials, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, besties. Thanks for watching.